Every industry eventually faces a moment when what made it powerful no longer makes it sufficient. Not because it failed, but the world around it has simply changed. There was a time period of around 8,000 years when the entire naval power depended solely on wind. But then steam engines arrived in the early 1800s. So when it was wind, the best sailors mastered currents, weather, and direction. In fact, every institution was built around that capability. But when steam engines came in, something fundamentally shifted. Power no longer depended on wind. It depended on engineering. So, it was not that the old model, which lasted for 8,000 years, was not working. The world had simply changed. Consulting industry is in the very same moment. 3 years ago, I started asking a question to myself. If I were to build a strategy consulting practice from scratch today, would I build it in the old model or would I build it differently? Because as AI matures, sharper questions will inevitably surface. Why do we need a large consulting team filled with junior consultants? Or why should we wait for 6 to 8 weeks for a piece of analysis to be done, which could be done in a matter of few hours or weeks enabled by AI? And if major consulting firms are using AI agents aggressively in their delivery, then why those benefits are not being passed on to clients? And then a question came that stayed with me. In a fascinating client conversation, someone asked, are we paying the steep fees for thinking or the structure around it? That question reframes everything. Hi, my name is Utsav Bhatt, and I have been a strategy and consulting professional for close to 2 decades. I've worked inside real boardrooms on real transformation programs where senior leaders make key decisions. Today, I run StratOff, which is an alternative consulting firm that acts as a strategy co-pilot for forward-thinking companies and leaders. So I'm not commenting about the change or impact in consulting industry from the outside. I'm humbly building within it and testing new models of consulting for the past few years. And those reflections became a book, which I recently published titled Alt Consulting: What Comes After the End of Strategy Consulting as We Knew It. The word alt stands for alternative, which might be alternative structures, alternative economics, and alternative ways of delivering value. And now I'm extending that exploration through a podcast, which I'm going to call Alt Consulting Conversations. In this, I will speak with consulting leaders, with founders, with academicians who are thinking seriously about what comes next for consulting. So you'll be hearing what is working, what is breaking, and what might emerge in the future. So if you are a consultant navigating your relevance in this industry, or a consulting firm leader questioning your business model, or a client seeking more effective ways to engage with advisory partners, this space is for you. New episodes will drop every Wednesday on YouTube and Spotify. So follow along, connect with me on LinkedIn, subscribe on YouTube, and follow the show on Spotify. I look forward to hearing your perspective. And I welcome you all to Alt Consulting Conversations.